Um, but Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person.
Huge story that's been making waves. Elon Musk's $80 million lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and the hosts of The View. This isn't just some celebrity squabble. It's a clash about media accountability, free speech, and the very definition of truth in our news.
Really had much to say until he started running for president. Then I could say everything I needed to say. My face said everything.
Was the episode of you when you were on The View, and I think it was 2015 or 2006, like when you were running for president.
Right.
And you got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you.
Okay, I need to clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. That's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out, hoping he would trip. Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
But when you have deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes, you're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to, and you claim to be the good guys? I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressives.
Yes, the Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be the good guys. You can't claim to be the honest people. If you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly.
Yeah. Well,
we're like even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus.
Yeah.
Like the Fine People hoax.
Obama just said that on stage.
So what exactly happened? Well, according to the lawsuit, Goldberg made some pretty strong claims on The View, suggesting that Musk and J.D. Vance were secretly plotting to seize government control if Donald Trump were removed from office. Musk argues that these statements were completely false, deliberately aimed at damaging his reputation, and qualify as defamation. The lawsuit claims that Goldberg and her co-hosts lacked any factual basis for these claims and were prioritizing sensationalism over facts. Now, this wouldn't be a major story without some serious controversy, and that's where Joe Rogan comes in. Rogan has weighed in on this situation, and his observations really add fuel to the fire. He's been very critical of the mainstream media, including The View.
The audience was cheering, and then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Yeah.
But there's probably no one in history that I've ever seen that's been attacked the way you've been attacked and the way they've done it, so coordinated and systematically. And when you see those same people in the past, very favorable to you, like Oprah, when you were on Oprah's show, she was encouraging you.
Rogan, on his podcast, called out the hypocrisy of the mainstream media, including The View. He pointed out how they once treated Trump warmly, even giving him hugs and kisses when he appeared on the show. But then, when Trump started running for president, they completely changed their tune and started vilifying him. Rogan says it was like, suddenly, the machine started working against him once he started winning in the polls. He was loved by The View, and then attacked once he became a political contender.
I was just gonna say.
She put me in the movies, right? A long time ago. And how much should I judge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie. Tommy, I love you. I'm telling you.
And they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump, you're talking about.
Yeah.
Talking about Trump.
Rogan argues that this shift demonstrates how media narratives can be shaped by political agendas instead of facts. He also stated that the audience was cheering when Trump was on the show, but then the media started to work against him when he began winning in the polls. Rogan observed that, in the past, media figures like Oprah had been very favorable to Trump, encouraging him on her show. Rogan's commentary reinforces Musk's claims that talk shows often manipulate narratives leading to public distrust. Goldberg's response to all of this has been interesting. She initially defended her remarks emotionally, but then she gave a totally different explanation, saying she wasn't talking about Musk and Vance at all. She claimed she was actually referencing her cat. She said she was joking about her cat laying in wait for her on the stairs, and it had nothing to do with Musk. Many critics dismissed this as a weak attempt to avoid accountability. Rogan characterized Whoopi's explanation as silly and not well thought out.
If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And so it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth. But
I don't think some of them are dumb.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Sunny Hostin's
You think it's deliberate?
I think she's ideologically driven, and they have blinders on, for sure. I don't think Sunny's dumb. But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and it's nothing
just
there.
Go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there. Sometimes comics do that.
Yeah, and then the other question is then, is that representative of a big constituency? I think probably yes.
Well, a lot of
MSNBC viewers are probably also thinking,
I don't even think the MSNBC viewers. I think they're a little bit more sophisticated than that.
Yeah. This
is like low information, blue no matter who, like older housewives who are mad at the world. That's the appeal that Whoopi Goldberg has.
So what are the implications of this lawsuit? Well, Rogan argues that it could set a precedent for challenging misinformation and push back against media figures who use their platforms to push agendas. Musk supporters believe her shifting explanation signals guilt and view his actions as a stand against misinformation. Rogan's view is that talk shows often shift narratives to suit political wins, damaging public trust. This lawsuit has also sparked a huge debate about media bias. Critics of The View accuse it of promoting biased narratives and sensationalism over factual reporting. Rogan agrees with this assessment, stating that mainstream media often prioritize ratings and controversy over balanced reporting, and that media figures like Goldberg often shift narratives to suit political wins. He pointed out that The View had previously celebrated Trump's success, but later portrayed him as a threat, which he viewed as a calculated move to align with political trends. Rogan's audience sees him as a voice for exposing media hypocrisy, further bolstering Musk's position. He has also said that if you average out The View hosts among the dumbest people on television, their viewpoints represent what many people are thinking. He added that Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. One of the most contentious aspects of this case is Musk's claim that Goldberg's remarks could have incited violence. Specifically, he argues that when Goldberg joked about someone tripping Trump, it could be seen as encouraging harm. Rogan weighed in on this, highlighting the dangers of normalizing violent rhetoric in media, stating the influence that talk shows have. This whole situation highlights a broader cultural divide over media responsibility and accountability. Musk's actions, supported by Rogan, reflect a growing demand for transparency in journalism. There is growing dissatisfaction with mainstream narratives, and it is pushing alternative platforms to demand more fairness and accuracy. So, what do you guys think? Is Musk justified in his lawsuit? Is The View truly being held to account? Are they intentionally misinforming, or are they genuinely expressing their own opinions? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like this video if you found this insightful, and please don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for joining, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is Themba from Black Coffee Podcast presenting on behalf of Black Coffee himself.